to or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Anne and this is All the Budgeting. And what happens on this channel is I do cash envelope stuffing from paychecks, from side hustles. I do cash condensing whenever I need to. And I always close out my budget every month looking at what did I plan for, what actually happened, what is the balance of my envelopes at the end of the month. I do a calculation of my net worth, and then I always do a look ahead at the next month's budget. I am on a journey to recover and repair my credit after filing for Chapter 13 bankruptcy in November of 2021. So if that is something that interests you, I do hope that you consider subscribing. I hope that you will leave a comment below, like this video. It really does help new YouTube channels get found. I am excited that, I've only been going on YouTube for, I think it's 7 weeks now, and I have about 300 subscribers, so really do appreciate everybody that has subscribed, and I am hoping to get to a point where I can monetize this channel and add to my side hustle income. So so hopefully you can help me out with that by subscribing. So what we are doing today is we're closing out our April budget. So I'm going to take a look at what did I plan for, what happened. I will look at what were the balances of all of my envelopes at the beginning of the month versus now. And then I will do a net worth calculation. And then of course I will take a look at my May budget. I can't believe it's almost May already. Crazy. Okay, so here we have my April budget sheets. I'm gonna bring these up a little bit because I just find it hard. I film on my phone and it's not that easy just to zoom in when I need to. So bear with me. I am, as I've mentioned before, I am working on making these sheets into a digital planner, and so then that way I'll be able to blow the pages up and the what I'm looking at on my iPad, but still a ways away from having that complete because as I have mentioned, I do work a full-time job, so I have limited time to work on my side hustles, but that is coming. So, okay, so what we planned in terms of income for the month of April was $7,514, but what we ended up with was $8,141. I never include my rollover in looking at my monthly income because that is just money left over from things that were allocated within my budget. So if I added them back in here, it would be kind of double counting that income. So I don't want to do that. But you can see I did have a little bit of side hustle income, and my paychecks were more than I thought they were going to be. There was a whole payroll thing. It should be resolved now, and now I know what my paychecks are going to be. But so 8,141. My planned bills and expenses, I calculated them at about $5,874. They did come in a little bit higher of $6,232. Now, some of that is my business bills, which I don't account for in my budget. So we're never going to have an exact, one for one here, and that's fine. What we really want to make sure is that we're not grossly over, and that we're not underfunding the envelopes and that kind of thing. So it was over by some there. Okay, so then if we move on to first our kind of fixed amounts and expenses, or fixed funds, we planned for $1,440 in those funds. We ended up with $1,554, which that's good to put more away for these things. And then for our envelopes, we always plan for a minimum of $200 a month going into my various sinking funds, but we ended up being able to put in about $704, which is great. So I'm good with, the way my month ended up. Like I said, hopefully now that I know exactly what my paychecks are going to be, I should be able to more accurately determine those bills and that kind of thing. So hopefully we'll have less variances going forward here. But okay, so from here, I am going to move on to take a look at what my starting balances were for my funds, for my envelopes. And so we started the month of April with a total of $6,290 in my various envelopes. And so let's get our ending balances. Let me get my calculator over here in case I need that. And so I'm going to take a look at my tracker from my last paycheck stuffing, because that will give me then my what I currently have in my envelopes. So my emergency fund, I currently have $1,550. Started the month with $1,450, so that was an increase of 100. Extra debt, we started with 220. We are ending the month with 305, and so that is, just because I can't do the math in my head, that is an increase of $85. Health, we started with 105 and we ended with 245. This is something that I am definitely putting more money in every month. And so this is an increase of 140. Home maintenance, we started with 175, we end with 210. So that is an increase of 35, and it's going to be the same for home improvement and car maintenance. Pet care, we started the month with 70. We are ending the month with 20. I did have to buy my cat some food, so that is a decrease of $50. Electronics, we started with 115. We are ending with 150, and so that is, I know I should be able to do this math, 35, right? I'm just gonna check. Oh my gosh, it's been a long week. Saturday, well, afternoon now. It's about 12:30 on Saturday, so yeah, $35. Extra week, we started with 115. We are ending with 185, so that is an increase of 70. Subscriptions, we started with 160. We're ending with 230, so that is an increase of 70, right? Vacation, we didn't add anything to it, so we started with 2,500. We're ending with 2,500, so that's good. Christmas, we started with 45, ended with 65, so that is an increase of 20, and that is the same for holiday dinner. Gifts, we started with 50, we ended with 20, because I did have to get a gift for my niece, so that is a decrease of 30. Entertainment, we started with 25, ending with 45, so an increase of 20. Clothes and beauty started with 60, ending with 80, so an increase of 20 there. All right, let's go to our second page here. Miscellaneous started with 45, we're ending with 55, so that is an increase of 10. New car and new house both started with 60, ending with 80 in both, so an increase of 20. And then planner stuff, we started with 45, ending with 65, so again, an increase of 20. And then these last two are from my business, so I'm gonna get my side hustle tracker here. So my taxes, I started with $295, I ended with $409. So that is an increase of $114. And then subscriptions, I started with $240, but I ended with $104 because I did pay one of my subscriptions. So that is then a decrease of $200. No, that's wrong. 240 minus 104 is an increase of 136. Okay, so I am going to add up my ending totals real quick and figure out what we are ending the month with. Okay, so we are ending with a total of $6,963. which then means that is an increase of $673. So I feel pretty good about that. In 1 month, able to put away almost $700. So that's awesome. Okay, so now from here, I am going to do my net worth calculation. So last month I had a net worth of $37,525, which was a more than 200% increase from the month before. Going forward, I'm not really expecting to see those huge jumps, but the goal is for my net worth to increase month over month because my liabilities should always come down and at least some of my assets should increase. So that is, the hope is that we will kind of slowly increase here. Okay, so starting with my assets, so my envelopes I just calculated, I have a total of $6,963 in all of my envelopes. That includes anything that is in the bank. So I do have a placeholder for any money that is in the bank because I do like to see that physical representation in my envelope. So this is a combination of money in the bank and money in my cash envelopes. My house, so again, I always just estimate this based on just some research. So I did just take a look on realtor.com for townhomes in my development that are up for sale that are similar to mine. And so I'm estimating that right now my townhome is worth $200,000. My car, based on Kelley Blue Book value, I just went online and just put in my specifics. So right now my trade-in value is estimated at $27,413. And my 401k balance right now is $48,192. So let's total that up. Okay, so my total assets equal $282,568. Okay, so now for my liabilities. So what do I owe? My current balance on my bankruptcy is $87,355. My current balance for my AC unit is $9,683. My mortgage current is $132,055. My car loan, $11,641. My phone is $587, and my medical bill is $703. I've mentioned that with my healthcare system, I'm able to set up a payment plan. There's no interest charged, and you're able just to say how much you are able to pay. And so that is the amount that I currently owe, and I'm paying about $25 a month. So, all right, let's total this up. So 87. Okay, so my total liabilities are $242,024. And so I'll take my assets and subtract my liabilities. So 282,568 minus 242,024 equals, so my new net worth is $40,544. And so the amount that changed, so I'm going to take this and subtract last month's net worth. So 40,544 minus 37,525 is, so my net worth increased by $3,019. And then let's figure out the percentage change. So I'm going to take the amount that changed divided by last month's total. So that divided by 37,525. So that was an increase of about 8%. So that's probably going to be what I can expect going forward. which is pretty great. So my next, goal that I set, if you watch my last video, I went over some financial goals that I have achieved already this year, and I set some new ones. And so my next net worth related goal is to have a net worth of equal to or greater than $50,000. So we're heading in the right direction for sure. Okay, so last up is we're just gonna take a look at my May budget. What am I planning for here? Okay, so again, I'll bring this up to you a little bit. So as I mentioned, all the payroll stuff has been figured out, so I do know what my paychecks are gonna be. So I have those. And then this is going to be a month where I need to tap into my extra week fund, because my weeks for my budgeting purposes start on Fridays. And so the first Friday in June, which is June 3rd, I think, that actually I don't get paid until June 6th. So I will need to use that extra week fund. And so it's $300, and that is just to cover gas, groceries, and spending. Because all of my bills are covered in my 2 paychecks. So I don't need to account for any other bills, just some spending money. So my total income that I'm planning for in the month of May is $8,154. My total bills and fixed expenses that I'm planning for should be about $5,904, which leaves me about $2,250 to stuff into my envelopes. And so here you can see that I increased my groceries and my spending to account for that extra week. But so my total fixed spending and kind of fixed funds should be about $1,690, which leaves me $560 to put into my envelopes. Now $360 of that is going to go to extra week. I mentioned in previous videos that the money that is extra because of my latest promotion and raise, I am allocating to specific areas. And so ultimately they will all go towards extra debt. But for the remainder of this year, and I would say the beginning of next year, probably into about April of next year, I'm going to be focusing on increasing some of these funds. So extra week is one of those that I'm working on, because I have 3 more this year that I need to account for. So I'm going to need $900 still more for the rest of this year. So I really want to bulk that up so that all of those are covered. And then I can, just start adding to that fund just as a percentage of what's left over after these funds, to start building for next year. So, because it's always going to be there. So a bulk of that $560 is going to extra week, but then the rest is going to be dispersed into the rest of my funds based on their priority for me. So we should end up with a total of $560 in the sinking funds. But again, we're never going to have, an equal amount here, because we do have rollover, and the goal is, to put more into those funds that if we can. So the goal is, at minimum $560, but I do want to see more going in there by the end of the month. So that is it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next up will be my first paycheck stuffing video for the month of May. So yeah, we'll see that next week. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.